Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It is a beautiful sunny day in Slidell, Louisiana. 75 degrees. Tell you what, the humidity's been down the past few days, and it has felt so good. It really has. But they're talking about it going back up again by the weekend, and then maybe drop a little bit next week. So it's getting to be a little bit fallish down here. Not like what I'm used to up in Baltimore. Yeah. Oh, by the way, look what I found. I found my hat yesterday. If you were watching the video, once I turned it on, I realized I didn't have a hat on. And I felt like I had my hat on. It's like, wait a minute, where's my hat? Yep. And I said, well, maybe I left it in the washroom when I went to put my shirt on. And you know what? That's where it was. Yep. But I hope your day is going well. I hope your day is going really, really well. It's September 15th. Wow, we're about halfway through September already. Imagine that. What to renounce? We have renounced the hidden things of shame. 2 Corinthians 4:2. Have you renounced the hidden things of shame in your life? The things that your sense of honor or pride will not allow you to come into the light? You can easily hide them. Is there a thought in your heart about anyone that you would not like to be brought into the light? Then renounce it as soon as it comes to mind. Renounce everything in its entirety until there is no hidden dishonesty or craftiness about you at all. Envy, jealousy, and strife don't necessarily arise from your old nature of sin, but from the flesh, which was used for these kinds of things in the past. You must maintain continual watchfulness so that nothing arises in your life that would cause you shame. Not walking in craftiness. This means not restoring to something simply to make your own point. This is a terrible trap. You know that God will allow you to work in only one way, the way of truth. Then be careful never to catch people through the other way, the way of deceit. If you act deceitfully, God's blatant ruin will be upon you. What may be craftiness to you may not be for others. God has called you to a higher standard. Never dull your senses of being your utmost for His highest, your best for His glory. For you, doing certain things would mean craftiness coming into your life for a purpose other than what is the highest and best. And it would dull the motivation that God has given you. Many people have turned back. Many people have turned back. Sorry about that. I had a little notification pop up there and it threw me off. Many people have turned back because they are afraid to look at things from God's perspective. The greatest spiritual crisis comes when a person has to move a little further on his faith, in his faith, than the beliefs he already accepted. So let me repeat that. The greatest spiritual crisis comes when a person has to move a little further in his faith than the beliefs he has already accepted. You know, or your faith should build. When you get saved, you're not expected to stay in one spot with your salvation. You're expected to grow in the Lord and in the power of His might. You know, and you should be in the Word every day, praying and reading His Word, hiding the Word of God in your heart, and growing as a Christian. you know? And so things can happen sometimes that'll pop into your mind or pop into your life that sometimes will interrupt your spiritual life. And then at times you might think it's a smart idea with the craftiness of things, but it's not a good idea at times because they're just wrong. I don't know what thoughts might pop into your head. Maybe it's an immoral thought. Maybe it's a bad word. Maybe it's something that, you have in your heart that all of a sudden somebody did you wrong and then you're just going off on them in your head. Those things do happen. I'll admit they happened to me. But I had a preacher in high school at Hartford Christian School and preached a message, and he talked about when things pop into your head that shouldn't be there, use it as a springboard to pray. How about that? I like that idea. And I remember that from way back, and I think that was 1980, 81 or 82 that I heard him preach that message. And I have used it in my life ever since. Whenever something comes into my mind, be it impure, be it bad, be it something to distract me from growing in the Lord or doing right by the Lord, I use it as a springboard to pray. I don't sit there and mull over it and just accept the fact that I'm saved and not grow. And I want to grow. I want to grow in the Lord. But sometimes these thoughts get in there. The devil pops things in there to try to move you in other directions. And no, those things are not right. But how can you prevent them? Well, maybe you can't prevent the thought from coming in your head sometimes. But you can prevent your reaction to the thought. So best thing to do is when they pop in your head, pray. Pray. Well, that's my thought for today. I hope you have a great day today. See ya.